Hey there, and welcome to motherfucking Drone Tactics LTC No 2-Player 1? What the fuck? Man, I know you've been refreshing that YouTube search result page over and over again for years waiting for this video to finally come out, and it's here. Your prayers have been answered. Okay, but for real, I'm pretty sure that no one knows what the hell they just stumbled into, so I'm gonna take a second to cover some really basic shit off the top here. Who am I? What the hell is a drone tactic? And why you should care about this video? So, I'm nobody. I've literally never even recorded my voice before, let alone made a YouTube video, so you get to stumble through all this shit with me. We'll see how bad I do. Drone Tactics is a 2000 and somethings Atlas Nintendo RPG. Sorry. Jesus, I fucked that up. Off to a great start, hey? It's a 2000 something strategy RPG that Atlas put out for the Nintendo DS. It's by Success, which are the guys who made, I think, Rondo of Swords and maybe literally nothing else. And you should care about this video because it's an LTC run, which is low turn count. So in a strategy RPG setting, that basically means I'm just playing the game as efficiently as possible. It's a type of challenge run. Hopefully you'll find it pretty interesting. But to jump into what's actually happening, so this game has an absolutely remarkable plot. It's truly a classic. Yamato in the red is our main character, sort of, and he and his friend Tsubasa in the white are hanging out after school on a hilltop, looking at bugs, which is, I guess, just what you do if you're a 6th grader in Japan. I'm not gonna judge, but looking at bugs, and they run into a talking rhino beetle named Keibuto and a talking butterfly named Yeet, and these bugs convince the kids to get teleported to their alien world so that they can pilot them as they turn into giant robot bug mechs to help them fight other giant robot bug mechs to save the world. So yeah, this game has like all the plot and nuance of like a Saturday morning 4Kids anime dub sort of deal. And on that front, this game does not disappoint, but it's actually pretty solid gameplay wise too. It's a strategy RPG, like I said, so movement's gonna be grid-based, and if you've never seen anything like that before, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. It's also broken up into an enemy phase and a player phase, so it's our turn right now. We're gonna attack this ant, and where this game differs from other strategy RPGs like Fire Emblem is the amount of options you have in combat. So what you're looking at right now is the player phase combat menu. So we have a choice of melee attacking, using our guns, using our cannon, which we don't have, and using a card, which we also don't have. So, I mean, one look at that fucking rhino beetle should tell you that that thing is meant to melee things, so that's what we did. We melee attacked that ant. And that was all we can do, because we kind of just moved Tsubasa out of the way. And that was the enemy's turn. The enemy's attacking us. And we have different options now on the enemy phase combat menu. So we can counterattack, or defend and evade, or use a card. And defending and evading are what you want to use to reduce the damage coming in, but all these ants are a bunch of bitches, and like they don't threaten Yamato at all, so we can just counterattack them. And how counterattacking works is the enemy attacks you on their turn with melee or with gun, and then if you counter, you hit them back with the same type. So, especially in the early game, enemies love to melee attack, so we use Yamato a lot instead of Tsubasa because he's way better at melee attacking than her, so we can just put him in these seas of really shitty enemies, and he can just counterattack, 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 and that's like the most damage we can put out, as if like it's the most efficient option. And for a lot of this game, the goal of each chapter is to kill everything. That's why we want to advance. So it's really important that we put out as much damage as possible, as efficiently as possible. And to that extent, we're not going to be using Tsubasa at all for the first chapter. And actually, we're not going to be using her at all for the second chapter either, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, so I'm skipping most of the animations in this game, but not some of them. And basically, I'm just going to let them play for fighting a new type of enemy, just so you can like get a feel for their 3D models and get a sense of what I'm going to be denying you for the next 3 hours. That's kind of too bad, because I could really watch that animation of Yamato hitting things just all day. Man, it's so satisfying. Anyway, so we're about to wrap up chapter 1 here. I'm going to touch on experience and money really quickly. So, you can probably tell, but experience isn't doled out individually in this game. It's actually more like a team effort. So, at the end, everyone gets like a base amount of experience depending on how many people you kill in a given chapter. And same thing goes for money. And it's kind of weird because most of the game is like, you get money experience based on how many things you kill, but most of the game is kill everything to beat the game, so it's pretty standard between playthroughs. And on top of that, we also get bonus experience, so in this chapter we get 50, and we're going to give it to Yamato just to put him up to level 2, which is going to be really necessary for the next chapter.